Melbourne. Both teams threw themselves into it, and there were 4 reports. But we'll concentrate on the football. The last quarter was a ripper, and we join Graham Dawson and Jeff Leake 21 minutes into the second quarter with the Saints leading by 2 points.
That's interesting. Burton for Footscray. That's a good-looking kick. Edmund. The Footscray skipper marks and he's within scoring range. And who's going to come out of this melee with their concentration on the football now, Jeff, and go on and play the game? Because this will be a crucial 10 minutes or so before half-time of the match.
Yep.
That's a pretty good kick by the skipper, and Footscray are back in front. The Bulldogs now lead by 4 points at the 21-minute mark of the second term.
28-32. Footscray lead on 32. Coming Terry Smith's way for St Kilda. He's held to the ground but in possession of the football. Free kick against him for holding the ball, and he's been a good player, and that's unnecessary by Purser. Kick still goes Wallace's way for Footscray. Kicks it right across goal to Edwards. Edwards and Elphingston. Elphingston best to recover. Loose ball grabbed by Cronin, but the kick is Frawley's way. Frawley kicks the ball deep up towards the half forward. Crow with a nice mark.
Emmett Dunn now out at centre half back on Crow. Oh, his kick is an absolute shocker. Elphingston can't get there before it goes out of bounds between, or just on the attacking side of the centre wing. Outer side of the ground, and the Bulldogs, who lost the lead, back in front by 4 points. Crow against Dunn. Elphingston. All Purser here. Kick behind the play, and he marks in the back pocket. Fakes the hand pass, puts himself in a bit of trouble. Egan. Kennedy comes to the grandstand side, looking for Wallace. Burns is there. Every picture tells a story. It certainly did there. Thank you very much. Wallace didn't like that one too much. Lunn caught with the ball and will be penalised. Morwood to get the free kick for the Saints.
Crazy how you see Byrne initiate an attack there on McLean, and he came back quickly, so the fellas haven't forgotten how to look after themselves. Now the umpire having a quick talk to Lunn.
Free kick downfield, Jeff. Lunn thumping to May, who was shepherding him quite fairly, and so the free kick going downfield to be taken by Cowie, well within scoring range.
OK, if he kicks this goal, well, the Saints are back in front. 4 points down. Cowie surely should kick this from 35 metres out. Has to kick into a slight breeze. Judged it to a nicety. And the Saints back in front after a very hectic and a very interesting second term. At the 23-minute mark, St Kilda 5-4-34 to Footscray 4-8-32.
So the Saints with a narrow 2-point lead. Side bottom gets the tap away. Burton. Cronin does very well to take it off him. Well played by the Western Australian. To young Jenkin. There's a bit of a leg tackle, but it goes unpaid. Side bottom will go long and pretty high. Barker's got the big ride from the back. Out to Dunn, who takes plenty of time. An intelligent clearing kick. Egan, tackle fairly high. No, took too long. He ducked his head a little. Big Crow came in over the top, and he's got the free kick for the Saints. Now he can make the distance. As you can see, he's quite close to the boundary line. Max Crow has already kicked 1 goal in this second term. He's popped it out in front of goal. Cowie the leap. Couldn't hold it. Nash will bounce. And my word, it's still pretty desperate out there, Jeff. Aren't you glad you're up here with me?
I certainly am, Sparky. It's desperate. There's some very fit, some very sore players out there. Cross number 25. Cross a chance. Over his head. Great snapshot. He won't be cross after that. He'll be delighted and happy. That's his second goal. St Kilda lead by 8 points.
Burton at half back. Pretty quiet play today. Footscray's prime movers have been fairly quiet. Tomei, spoilt by McPherson. Williams. Up to half forward. Edwards coming out. It's well spoilt by Frawley. Oh, Brown grabbed when not in possession. Doesn't get a free. Edmund penalised. Free kick going to Brown. He's on the boundary line, half-back, grandstand side. In towards the centre, Keel, spoilt by Burton. Burton, basketball style over the top. Footscray running, Wallace to Sewell, bit fast. Can Sewell tidy up? No, he can't. Back to Royal. He's caught. He got rid of it, the umpire said. Sewell to Wallace. That's a behind. 1 goal the difference.
It's a lot of huff and puff from both teams in this final term. After both the winners last week in their matches, the Saints thrashed North. Footscray really fixed up topside Essendon. Purser nearly got enough to be paid the mark. Pats it backwards. Rickman's 37. Smith had a grab around the neck. This is McLean, the wingman. Shoots the handball out. Burton charges after, but he looked terribly slow. Left to Rickman now for Footscray on the half-forward flank. Using a long handball. Tries to find the long-striding McLean, but the boundary line's beaten him. And the ball about 40 metres around from Footscray's goal.
At left half-forward. Bulldogs going into the breeze in this final term. They led by 10 points at quarter time, but trailed by 17 at half and by 7 at three-quarter time. They go back into attack. Edmund, the skip of the target. Down to Royal. He breaks out of a tackle. Chance to level the scores. Not now, but Sewell will. Marking on the kick-off line. Sewell, who kicked Footscray's 2 goals in the first term, played for a good deal of the third term in defence. This opportunity to level the scores at the 3-minute mark of the final quarter. That's Sewell's 3rd goal. So the Bulldogs fighting back here at Moorabbin.
Footscray have moved Jim Sewell back into the forward line. He just kicked the goal at the 3rd-minute mark, and the scores are level at 56. Side bottom almost threw that ball away then when he took it from the ruck. Another bounce. Scores are level, but plenty of time left. St Kilda kicking with the breeze in this final term. Side bottom's done very well on those centre bounces. Smith knocks it out. McKenna furthers it on for Footscray. Tap on now by Rickman. Rickman's long kick. Back up into the teeth of goal. Edwards is there. Edmund this time. Edmund swings around, falls down. Sewell, another one. 2 in a row. Great stuff. And what a marvellous man this Jim Sewell is. He kicked Footscray's 2 goals. They're only 2 goals in the first term.
And the Bulldogs, who are down by 7 points at three-quarter time, now lead by 6, and they go back into attack once more. Odgers to Elphingston. The Saints go forward. In the road is Kennedy for Footscray. And the Bulldogs looking pretty good. McPherson and Tomei. Tomei does it superbly. Not a good kick. Smith the opportunity. Again the opportunity. Little Jenkin. Will the bounce favour him? Cowie shepherds. Jenkin fires. Oh, and he's put it through. That's his second. And the scores are level.
So anyone can win. Although Footscray had to come from behind, so maybe that little effort has taken more out of them. The Saints were 7 points up at the start of the quarter, but they're back to level pegging now. Crow in the ruck, can't pick it up. Ball shoots out from the centre pack. Elphingston having the fumbles. Tackling's been fierce from both sides all day. Some of the kicking in front of goal's been terrible. Here's Keel. He's been a quiet player as a rover. Down to Cowie. Cowie's marked a long way from goal. He's almost on the centre wing. Gets a call in from Cross at centre half forward. He has to fight 2 of them. He's marked it. Cross, a fiery little customer in the second quarter, particular when he put St Kilda in front. This is his 13th kick. Lining up now from a long way out for his 3rd goal. Side bottom's given him a lead, but that's only a blind. Taking his opponent right out into the half-forward flank, and Cross going for the long shot. Won't quite make it. Marked by Cordy. What a beauty.
Been a fine player for Footscray. Goes out to the back pocket. Here's Cunningham with the opportunity. He's got it. Pass meant for McKenna. And Cunningham had the perfect set to take his 8th mark in the forward pocket. Now he missed from close in, almost directly in front in the second quarter, Jeff Cunningham. Here he is, about 40 metres out on the boundary line. Right forward pocket, kicking with the right boot. Barker up high, interfered with a Footscray player. There'll be a free kick, so the Saints don't hit the front with that kick by Cunningham. Even though it was only going to be a behind, Neil Cordy will take the free, and the scores are still level. 7.5 minutes into the final term.
Now Cordy taking plenty of time. He's going to kick it towards Purser, but Crow's there with him as well. It's about time Purser slipped himself. Knocked it out of Crow's grasp. Ball coming over the back of the pack. Out of play.
Boundary throwing it left half forward for the Saints. The stands come alive. Crow against Purser, who grabs it himself. Back to McKenna. McKenna unloaded by Cross. The ball still in to May. Puts the Saints back into attack. Side bottom in front. Little Jenkin with his pace. Couldn't take the ball with him. Kennedy given plenty of latitude as two St Kilda players collide. Side bottom and Cunningham. Back towards the wing. Crow. Not paid. Free kick to St Kilda. Will go to Hodges. Right on the grandstand wing.
St Kilda quickly into attack. Hodges kicks it into a nest of Footscray players. Only Cunningham there, and he marked in front of Purser. 1 against 5 Footscray players. It was Jeff Cunningham. That was good play. But this kicking's been atrocious this afternoon. Dribble right past side bottom. Picked up by Neil Cordy right on that last line of defence. Jenkin gets it. Can't get rid of it. Has another go. And eventually puts it out.
Jenkin, who came on in the first quarter when Fashini went off with a bad injury. Been a very nippy second row with 2 goals. That's Egan with the stack hack on for Footscray. Boundary throw in, left forward pocket. Side bottom and Purser. Smith going after it. Side bottom there. Umpire Nash will bounce. It's only about 25 metres out from the Saints' goal. 9 minutes gone, final term. Scores level. Anderson comes back on the ground for Footscray. Purser. Big Crow the opportunity. The kick behind the play, Ruckman marking it between wing and half forward, and he should drive this ball deep into attack for the Saints. He certainly does. Side bottom. Waiting down. Barker! The Saints skipper puts them back in front.
Well, a lot of courage being shown by Barker. Look at Terry Gill.
The expression never changes.
Throw from the ruck. The Saints a goal in front. 10 minutes into the final term. Another ball up, centre of the field. Jim Sewell set Footscray alight in the start of this term with 2 goals in 4 minutes to put Footscray a goal in front. St Kilda have equalled the challenge. That was Cunningham going in there. This is McKenna thumping it on. Another knock on. Sewell. Look at the pace on Sewell. The bounce, it was a bad bounce. Didn't favour him at all. The Saints live again. Jerry Smith takes that knock on. Nice handball to Cronin. Cronin by himself running down the centre of the field. He's run about 30. Kicks it another 40. Up the full forward. Barker! Oh, would you believe it? And every Saints supporter is standing on their toes. Barker just kicked the last goal to put St Kilda in front. It was one that he dribbled through from the goal line. And that's 2 in a row to Barker. He's the hero. 11 minutes into the final term, and it's the Saints by 2 goals. And Crow pumps one away from the centre, knocked on by Cowie, taken by Keel. St Kilda running on strongly, down to side bottom and Dunn. Got a bit of backspin on it there. Dunn gets it, tackled strongly by side bottom, wouldn't let him go, and the ball out of play, St Kilda's half forward flank.
Right half forward for the Saints. Purser against Cowie, who wins out. Kicked away by Kennedy. Williams and Mace. Cronin has been an effective player for the Saints, using his skills. Up to half forward, Cunningham. There's no time. Have a look at that. Great play, Cunningham. That's his second goal.
Amid great scenes of jubilation at Moorabbin, the Saints won it by 18 points after they trailed by 10 at quarter-time, led by 17 at half-time, 7 at three-quarter-time, and ran out winners by 18 points. For the Saints, 2 was the most any player kicked, 2 each to Cunningham, Crowe, Cross and Barker, and for Footscray, Sewell kicked 4 goals. 4 players reported, Mace 3 times for St Kilda and Cronin as well, and for Footscray, Brian Cordy and McPherson were reported. A game of great excitement, and St Kilda off the bottom after losing their first 6 and winning their last 2. And I feel happy for Tony Jewell. But Footscray's coach, the former Richmond defender Michael Malthouse, has already experienced the highs and lows in his short coaching career. Here he is with Graham Dawson.
Mick, disappointing to lose to the bottom side after knocking off the top side last week.
Oh, it's terribly disappointing. That's probably the most... when you can't go out and continue to beat top sides and fall victim to the bottom sides. I mean, you've got no hope of making the 5 that way.
Is there an explanation for the side not being able to put a string of wins together?
Well, I haven't found it. I'd like to think that something can be found, but St Kilda, to their credit today, were far more desperate than what we were, and you can't go into a game against a side like that who got their tails up after beating North Melbourne last week and expect it just to happen. And our Blakes, unfortunately, fell victim to that type of game. It was a low-scoring game. There appeared to be a lack of ability by your team to convert. Has that been a problem for you? Well, in the last 2 wins of the previous 2 weeks, we've kicked 11 and 16 goals, which really, probably in today's football with good dry conditions, is not enough to win games, although we've held out the last 2 weeks. And St Kilda kicking 13 today really is not a winning score. But of course it's a winning score if you don't kick enough goals to beat that. And we have found the last couple of weeks that really goals have been hard to come by. Our backline has held up remarkably well. In fact, they've been under extreme pressure. But we've just got to get back to, hopefully, Simon looks like coming to the side next week, and kicking big goals. I mean, you've got to kick between 18 and odd goals to win these days.
Footscray coach Michael Malthouse. Well, at the MCG, the season...
Breeze might be quite strong on the ground. Odgers this time a little longer towards centre half forward. Oh, Terry Smith. Elphingston drops the sitter. Gets well tackled by Edwards, but Elphingston gets it to Keel. Keel gets it to Cross. Cross takes it now. Off he goes. Threads his way through the pack. Cross. Oh, what a goal!
A dash by Anderson and Cross. Ball doesn't favour them. A chance for Cronin now. Stolen there by Wallace, who's playing well, but his kicking's not good. Straight to Mace this time, but went one-handed. Williams with a chance. Onto his left foot now. Just a gentle shot over the top to McPherson. Walks into the open goal, and it's 6 points for sure. Wallace, McPherson, who was helping there, but Burton takes it, puts them straight back into attack. Over the top end of Williams, he'll take it this time.
Plenty of experience, kick behind the play, Big Crow, his 10th mark, drives it long, Cunningham again. He's marked magnificently. Crow's taken 10 marks and Cunningham's taken 11. And he's well within scoring range.
Collingwood did the